Hi friends, I wanted to do a book tag. I need to catch up on book tags. I've just gotten behind on them. So anyone who's tagged me, I really appreciate it, and I'll be catching up as I can. I went to do the birthday book tag because the day you're seeing this, September 2nd, is my birthday. And I realized that I did that book tag last year, so I'll link it below with those answers. But I did like this one that Leslie at Books, Gers, and Purrs tagged me in. It's the childhood book tag is just some questions about reading life when I was a child. So let's just get into the questions. Leslie did put a picture of herself on the screen, so I will do the same. I had a lot of interesting haircuts, as I'm sure we all did. Okay, so the questions. Number 1, were you a big reader as a child? Yes, I was. Very introverted, very shy, quiet kid. And typically, my sister was a ballet dancer, and we would be in the car a lot, driving to her ballet class or her recitals or whatever was going on. And also, my mother always was on the go. She was just on the go all the time. So my easiest way of dealing with all of that was to bring a book. And my mom was actually the one who got me into reading and really fed my book habit. Did your parents read to you? If so, what? Yes, my parents read to me. I think I remember my mom reading to me more just because my dad traveled during the week for his job. But the main books that I remember are the Berenstain Bear books. I also liked Corduroy and Curious George, of course. I'm sure there are others, but those are the ones that stand out. What is my first bookish memory? Oh, I don't know that I have a first bookish memory. I mean, I remember the scholastic book fairs that would go on at school, and my mother would always volunteer. And so we'd look at the books in the magazine before we went, in case I was like in the last group to go. So she would try and hold a book if I was really, really wanting it. Which interestingly enough, my sister does now for my nephew, because for some reason his class always goes last and he definitely likes the popular books. But yeah, that was probably, I don't know. My bookish memories are basically scholastic, book fairs, and the library, and reading in the car. Be honest, did you read books assigned to you in school? I did not. Not all of them. Some of them I did. I feel like I read some books. I think by high school I was kind of over the whole boring book that would be assigned to us. And then when I got to college, which is probably beyond the tag, but I do remember that one of my teachers, she was teaching the American novel, and we had, I think, like 9 books assigned for the semester, and she gave us one pass. And my one, we could use it for whatever book. Like if we just had a busy week and stuff going on in other classes, we could pass on the book and the assignments associated with it. She was only going to grade us for whatever it was, like 8 books or whatever. And I had actually started in animal rescue already. I mean, I rescued my first dog in 4th grade. So she knew that I loved animals and she loved animals, and we both volunteered at the same shelter. So one of the books that was assigned to us was The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. And if you've read it, you know it's about meat packing plants, sort of. Yeah. Yeah. So when I told her I was skipping that one, she was like, yeah, I had a feeling you would. I did read most of them because I had to write papers on them, but I think in high school was probably the time that I skipped most of the books I was assigned. Where did you get your books as a child? Is question number 5. The library and scholastic book fairs, really. Yeah, I can't think of anywhere else I got books. Number 6, did you watch any television meant to inspire reading? Yes, we watched The Reading Rainbow, we watched Sesame Street. I think all of those kind of encouraged reading of some sort. So those were kind of the main ones we watched. Number 7, what sort of genres or storylines did you like? I just liked real storylines, and it's very similar to what I like now. I've always been a very realistic person. I don't do well with fantasy, so just thinking of other worlds, it's just hard for my brain to visualize that, and I do like to visualize what I'm reading. So that was probably the genres I liked. I liked things I could relate to, things that were similar to what I was dealing with at school or at home with friend groups. Number 8, favorite children's or picture book. So as I talked about, Berenstain Bears, Curious George, A Pocket for Corduroy. I do remember that specific book. I really remember that book. So that would probably be my most, like, the one that I remember the most is A Pocket for Corduroy. Favorite chapter or big kids books. So after the Berenstain Bears, I read The Sleepover Friends and The Babysitter's Club. I think those were the ones that I really gravitated towards. And the ones that I bought as soon as they came out or got from the library. So yeah, Sleepover Friends and Babysitter's Club. What was my number 10 is what is my favorite children's series? So I would say The Babysitter's Club was probably my favorite series. The Sleepover Friends, I think I ended up, those were published, I think in the late 80s, and I kind of grew out of them and ended up kind of liking The Babysitter's Club a little bit more. I did read some Sweet Valley Twins, but not as many. I think I kind of fell out of reading for a while, and there was probably a time period in high school and some time during college and after college where I just kind of fell out of reading as a hobby. I had other hobbies at the time, so yeah, I would definitely say that my favorite children's series was like little kids, Berenstain Bears, and bigger kid, the Babysitter's Club. So, and I'm happy to see that that's still going on. And the author, I really enjoy her work. Anne M. Martin wrote the Babysitter's Club, and yeah, I still read those books. One of my most recent favorite middle grades was Rain, Rain, which is also by Anne M. Martin. I don't think you can go wrong with her. So that is the childhood book tag. Thank you, Leslie, for tagging me. It does also ask to tag other people. I don't know who's done this and who hasn't. So if you are watching this and would like to do the tag yourself, please consider yourself tagged. Let me know some of your answers. What were your favorite childhood book series or books? Let me know in the comments. I hope you all are doing well, and I will see you very soon. Bye.